You are listening to the #1 podcast made by two guys 40 plus who will not bitch slap each other in public. What's up? What's up?
Bitch slap. Come on.
What? I know it's a little late because we were off last week, but
there's really
wait. Before we get in, I just want to note Jeff is remote again. Bubble Boy is.
The stomach virus is going around.
Oh my God! All right, really? That's what you. That's why you said we have to go remote tonight. Not the fact that you had to work late last night and we're not able to do it, and we had to put our show off for another day. But you're worried about the stomach virus.
I'm taking extreme precautions.
I know you're very courteous in with the viruses, but this is just Bubble Boy. This is getting a little ridiculous now. You're turning into the.
I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get anybody sick.
Okay.
But at the same time, I've got to tell you, I think I'm coming to the end of wanting to just be in the it's like working from home stuff.
Oh, really? Wait, whoa. Let's back this truck up here for a second. I had a whole thing planned, and we're going to get to that. But you're getting sick and tired of working from home?
It's
wow.
Yeah, just to put it in a general sense,
Yeah.
I was actually, believe it or not, last week, the reason I was like quarantining because I had a trip I had to go on.
Right. We know that. Yeah. Okay.
So when
you were being extra cautious.
I was being extra cautious.
Okay.
So I did not get sick before the trip. I didn't want to miss it. This is like the first time.
This is like, wait. So you start, right. This is like the first time that you're actually going to physically meet people.
Right,
you work with.
in an office.
Just wow, that's incredible. Like I know people who have started jobs like during whatever, and they work from home, and they have these internet these meeting interviews.
Yeah,
it's odd to me that you never physically meet like somebody that you work with or work for or somebody that works under you.
Yeah, the thing that was great about. The thing that's great about interviewing that way is that you never have to leave your house and travel because you got to take it. But right. Anyway, the thing that I it was nice to be around people in your company,
right?
And, just have the interaction and not have to do everything through messaging and
Isn't it nice?
Your head in someone's office. What's that?
Isn't it nice?
Oh, it was great. We went out for drinks.
Wow! Actually socializing with other people and not through a computer screen.
I
novel idea
with other people, but I'm talking about from a work standpoint. It was like great to get out.
I know. I told you.
But now the problem is, half the place was empty.
Right.
Everybody works on this like what they call hybrid. Or when they need to go in. So it's like it was still very empty, but it was a nice change of pace
to actually go into an office and see people and interact in a normal human way.
Yeah, it felt refreshing.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear. I think some of my points have now been proven over the last. You don't know what you have until you miss it.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
Okay,
it's not the office; it's the commute.
Okay, so you don't mind being in the so if we can teleport you from your home to your office, like they did in the Jetsons, or like Star Wars, Star Trek. Then that's cool. Okay, you know what?
Right.
I'll tell you what. We'll have Elon Musk on. Because if there's one person that can figure that out, it'd be Elon.
No, you just need an office close to where you live.
Nah, Elon Musk can make you go from point A to point. I'm telling you, he's going to figure it out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you already bought one of his cars.
But could you imagine, like, your life if you're where you go every day was just 5 miles away?
You know what? I'm working on that. But you know what? I've kind of become numb to it.
Yeah, it
is what it is. I do what I have to do. Yeah. I don't complain. It is what it is. This is the way I make a living. I've discovered jazz recently. Jazz.
Really?
Yeah. I've been listening to jazz on the car ride home. I got a new preset.
Do you find that when you put jazz music on,
it mellows me out.
Your car becomes more elegant?
I find an elegance to it, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I find it very recently in traffic, which hasn't been that bad, I got to say. I find it very soothing.
Yeah. Or I've got into people's cars where they've had like classical music on.
Yeah.
And it like all of a sudden the inside of the car becomes like very
kicks it up a notch. Kicks it up a notch. There's a classiness to it. Well, I've always been into swing music.
An elegance.
But speaking of which, I want to get back to my opening there.
Yes.
The bitch slap heard around the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're referring to. But you know, did you read or listen to his book that he put out recently?
Who?
Will Smith.
Nah, don't care.
Oh, I actually listened to it on audio, and he actually read it.
Okay.
And it talked about his life story and everything.
Right,
so
that's great.
So it was that's good reference for what took place.
Well, I got to tell you, there's been a lot. It happened almost 2 weeks ago, and I know we missed last week, and now we have another episode, but it's still in the news, and I got to tell you, I couldn't care less about anything that is being said, but I was actually disappointed in the slap.
The slap was not very effective.
No, and I got to tell you,
martial arts or anything.
No, and I got to tell you why. Like, I couldn't care less about the academy or him getting arrested or them,
right.
Whatever. The disappointment for me was, here you are, you're Will Smith, right? Okay?
Yep.
Right? You're Will Smith. Okay. You freaking saved the world in Independence Day. Right? Here you are. You were in Bad Boys, right? Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 3, Hancock. How many of these like action adventure movies have you been in? You freaking played Muhammad Ali. Okay, you were Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali. And like the best you can do is bitch slap Chris Rock, who's the most unintimidating black man in Hollywood. And that's the best you can come up with? Was disappointed. The disappointment.
He was definitely not looking to take him out.
But still.
He did what he did, and he turned around, and it was, an emotional thing for him. And
right, but you bitch slap him? Come on.
What do you want him to do?
I was just disappointed in the hit. If you're going to hit somebody, you hit somebody. You don't do anything half-ass.
I'm trying to figure
pathetic.
Out. Well, let's put it this way. What Chris Rock said.
Okay.
Do you think that was he stepped over the line?
No.
Do you think that's part of the show? And
there's a difference. There's a difference. All right. If we were talking, because we're not Chris Rock and we're not, like if somebody insulted my wife, I would hit him.
Walking down the street, yes.
Right.
I get
but that's not, I'm not a public, well, I am, but you're not. But if you're a public figure, you got to be a little thick-skinned now and again. It was freaking alopecia. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a little bit of a joke. She didn't even know she had it. People make fun of people all the time.
You don't know what was going on the ride over.
What?
Maybe they were having an emotional night.
But still, if they were having an emotional night and he wasn't, and first of all, they showed he was laughing at the beginning of it, and then she got pissed off. And I think he had to react. He thought it was funny.
Under the chair and said, "You better go do something."
You know what? That's what I would do. Unfortunately, I'd probably screw that one up too. I'm being honest. I probably
you're laughing at me. You better get your ass up there.
I know. That's what she was saying. That's the sad thing. They showed it over and over, but I mean, this thing's been blown out of proportion. I'm just more disappointed that you played Muhammad Ali, you threw some punches, and all you could do is bitch slap Chris Rock. Right, come on. That's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm glad it didn't really escalate into anything more than that.
But then they're like, I mean, this is good. Oh no, there's another whatever the Grammys are next week. Are they going to have a Royal Rumble? I mean, it's like, is this setting the new tone for award shows? It's just so blown. Right, that's gotten crazy.
That's the danger. Did he just break a barrier?
No.
For these shows, like if somebody makes a joke and that person. God. Could you imagine?
You know what? That's the problem with what's going on. We can't joke about anything anymore. No. But how many people have the opportunity to actually look? I was a comedian. I wasn't worried. I don't think Osama bin Laden was coming to get me when I was making fun of him.
No, I don't. I don't think he caught your act.
No, and I got to tell you, if one of his followers were there, I wouldn't be too worried. But how about you piss off everybody in an audience? But that's part of the fun. Everybody's got to lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can't be so uptight.
Yeah, it's the world we live in now.
I know. It's crazy. Speaking of which, did you catch, since I know you're home all the time, did you catch the Masters today?
I did not.
Tiger's back.
I'm going to be watching it. Where did he finish for the day?
I'm not 100% sure, but I was watching it.
But he was on the leaderboard, right?
Yeah. I don't know what's still going on.
I was reading it online, and I think he was by the fifth hole, he was a shot behind. And
yeah, he was. I mean, I saw him. He was even at the time. But just the fact, I mean, how bad? It made me feel so bad for our golf tournament that the guy had a bone sticking out of his leg about a year ago, and now we have to play, and he's setting a very high standard for us.
I mean,
not that we're nowhere near Tiger Woods.
I get what you're saying.
So I got some rules.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So no car. We're definitely, when we do this, we can't have a cart.
I prefer walking.
Okay, and not only that, no pull cart. We have to carry our own bags.
That's fine.
Okay, just because here's a guy who can't walk and is walking 72 holes. What?
I might just bring a 7-iron and just carry that.
Oh, come on, be real. Be real. You need a putter too.
I could just hit the ball with the bottom of the blade. All
right, next Sunday's looking pretty good.
I have to tell you.
What?
Last week I went to the range.
And?
You better watch out.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you were hitting them straight?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one thing at the range. It's another thing when it's a whole different ballgame when you get on the course.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm telling you.
But I think
did you clean the rust off the irons?
Please.
What, you left them?
I went there with a 9, 7, 5, and a 3-wood. 5-wood.
How'd you hit the 5-wood?
I didn't tee it up. I was hitting it off the mat.
Yeah, how'd you do?
It was okay.
Yeah,
I hit my irons better than I hit the 5-wood.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the iron, you always hit that.
Yeah, but I was managing to not hook it or anything. I was just it was taking that starting to take flight kind of motion, but not not doing exactly what the club is designed to do.
Right.
Because I want to go out there and manage my game. That's my strategy.
Oh, you're going to manage the course.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I got you. Well, we got to find out. I mean, next Sunday is Easter Sunday. There's nothing to do. Literally.
Good. The auto show.
Is it next Sunday?
It's I think it's always like it starts like on Easter.
Right. Well, you got a new car, so what do you need to go to the auto show for?
Oh, I mean, I never went to the auto show to go car show. You know what the funny thing is?
What?
Is that you see the cars that you see at the auto show that you wait in line for hours and you pay that ridiculous fee to go in there and look at them.
Well, it's New York.
You could just go walk into a dealership and sit in the car and not be bothered.
That's great. You're right. You're there to see the exotic stuff or what's
like
coming
you go there for the exotics, right? So you go to that Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini section.
Yeah.
You know,
the crazy stuff.
If you just go to a Porsche dealer, the car's open. You can go and sit in it. Now, nobody's going to bother you.
Well, at least they're nice at the Porsche dealer because you come in, they know they have a chance at making a sale. You know, you got to remember what you pulled at that fancy dealership. Not everybody can pull that off.
No, there's some dealerships that, you know, are more exclusive, you know, like the way they, you know.
But let me ask you something. How, you know, you made the big announcement 2 weeks ago. How you enjoying the Tesla?
It's economical.
Oh, okay. Because,
no,
I was in shock that you got it, and I got to tell you, you know what? I ordered one. You inspired me.
One.
What?
Did you order one?
Yeah. Well, I'm on the wait list. I might see
which one?
I got the SUV.
You really? Oh my God!
Yeah, I put a deposit down.
A certain listener, who I know is laughing his ass off right now, even though it's the next day.
Why?
Called this.
What did he say?
He said, "If you got one, Rob's getting one."
But I don't know if I'm going to take possession.
Well, you know, you might get it next year sometime.
Yeah, it is. It's projected. January? It's projected November to January. It's possibly out to January 2023, which I'm fine with.
Oh, you are going to blow one of our listeners' minds when he hears this.
The next day, literally, she said, "You better order one." So I did. I configured and I did it. Just in case. It was a just in caser. Yeah. So what's your just in case reasoning? In case the price goes up, it gives me almost a year to make a decision.
Are you having FOMO on an electric vehicle?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because electric vehicle.
Have you ever driven one?
Yeah, I've driven it.
Oh, you have driven it?
Yeah.
And what did you think?
The first Tesla I drove the big SUV.
Oh, that thing's ridiculous. That's
and
ridiculous.
And it moves, but it's heavy. You feel the heft. You feel the weight of the battery.
No, it's not like, you know, driving a Miata. It's not like a nimble, typical sports car.
Right. It's definitely a different.
Those batteries are very heavy.
Right. I'd rather have that Dodge Charger that I drove in California. Trust me. But
you put your foot down and then you're out of gas.
But there's issues with them.
The Chargers or the Teslas?
The Teslas.
There's issues with all the cars.
Well, they also lose like 25% battery life in the cold weather.
Oh, I can tell you right now, it's I would say cut it in half.
Really?
Yeah, it's for the small amount of time that I've had it. The 10 degrees and temperature and
all having effects.
It all affects. If you do local driving and you can, you know, connect it at home, it's
right.
Convenient. You know,
you're not road tripping.
It's a long-term proposition.
Well, you hear what's going on. You hear what's going on in California.
What aspect?
All right, so all these people have Teslas like in California, although I didn't see a ton. So all these people, and they're driving to Las Vegas.
Okay,
and they're charging their cars on the way, and the cars are exploding from the heat.
Yeah, there's getting a Tesla.
Yeah,
is
any battery operated car.
It's a different way of transportation.
Yes. Not only that.
Put pricing aside for put right. Pricing and all that aside. It's the fundamental of the car.
Mm-hmm.
It is a different way of getting from point A to point B.
Yeah,
for many different reasons.
You have to think.
I'll tell you what's incredible is like when you're driving and you accelerate.
Yeah,
and it's whisper quiet.
Right.
You're so used to like hearing your car downshift and make all that noise and draw attention.
Right.
Nobody notices.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
See, I think also too, they have to have like, when you back up, they need like a beeper, like a commercial truck, so you don't hit anybody. That scares me.
Isn't there a noise that it makes or something?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it gives you 17 angles of cameras.
I have the greatest camera in my car. I have the greatest feature in my car.
What, your backup camera?
No. So, on my car, the third row has headrests, right?
Okay.
And so, to make your visibility better, you have the ability to put the headrest down.
Yep.
From the cockpit. So when my kids are like, I got kids in the third row.
Okay.
I hit the button, hit him in the head with the headrest.
Just hit him in the head with it.
Yeah. So when you're a dick in the car, I just push the button and I hit him. It's great.
That's nice.
That's my favorite feature.
Great family trip.
Yeah. Great parenting right there. Those are my great parenting skills. But
I'll tell you what, though, think
yeah, go ahead.
The Jeep is still a good car.
Oh, it's a great car. Here, I was having a conversation with my truck guy the other day. All right, so
did you get your box truck yet? Or
I'm ordering it. You know, the price on it went up $30,000.
You ordered it already.
No, I'm ordering it tomorrow. Price on it, like the sticker price on the cars went up like $30,000.
Yeah, there's
from
nothing to it.
6 years ago.
Seats in the steering wheel.
Yeah, but it went up $30,000. It's insane. Anyway,
it went up 30.
The sticker. No, the stickers went up. The sticker on the car went up on the truck went up $30,000 from 6 years ago. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden.
Oh, you think it's his fault?
Everything's said. Well, now, oops, my bad. Putin. That's what they're saying now. It's Putin's fault. Anyway. So he was telling me like they've been experimenting with these, electric trucks.
Yeah.
Okay. And when they test them on like a highway, like out in the Midwest, Yeah,
they do all different temperature.
Right. So they tested them like locally, like in the Northeast.
Yep. No good?
No good. First of all, the weight. Remember, you got a truck, like a tractor trailer, right? The weight between the trailer, the batteries that you need and then all the stuff in there. Then they said in the cold weather, they can't start them. And going around like the 5 boroughs in New York with the stop and go traffic and the battery, the battery wouldn't even last a day.
No, it's not.
And we should all go buy electric cars because of the gas prices, right?
It's not, but from the little bit of ownership,
right.
It's not like having a toy car, like for the weekends, right. Some people have, like a Corvette or something.
Okay.
It's not like that, but there are certain sacrifices with dealing with it.
So are you disappointed in the purchase?
No.
Okay.
not at all.
Is it disappointment or change, or you have to be able to adapt to what's going on?
It's a different feeling for a car.
Okay.
I'm happy. I hope it. I mean, the warranty on it for that battery is like 8 years or 100,000 miles. So that to me was a great thing to have.
But and you don't go anywhere.
With the way that the car market is now, is like, I'm like, this car should last me 10 years without a problem.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I can get a premium for, like, I bought my car, and I can get it, I bought it off the lease, and I can get way over what the buyout was, so maybe it's worth it.
So I'm hoping that, like, the being able to charge it at home with the convenience and the warranty and the practical aspect. I hope
Did you put it? Really you put the charger in?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. You went Tesla?
Yeah.
I could hook you up, but you didn't come to me. Yeah. See, you didn't ask.
But the copper wiring was expensive.
Oh, really?
That's where the expense of the installation came in.
All right. So how much you spent? How many from the installation and all that? How many fill-ups do you think you'd have to make that back?
Yeah.
Consider that.
So let's put it this way: the charger, actually, they just dropped the price of the charger, the home charger. Let's say the home charger is $500, but then you've got to have it installed.
Right, it's the installation.
So that's anywhere from, depending on where you live, probably $750 to $1,500. Depending on and where the electrical box is, the circuit breaker.
So figure $2,000.
Okay, so at $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
It's
$4.19. $4.08. Exactly.
It's not an immediate savings.
No. How long is it going to take you to spend that amount of gas?
Divided by, let's say, $4 a gallon. I'm going to go on the lighter side here. That's 500
gallons of gas. No. Yeah.
So let's say the average car has an 18-gallon tank.
Okay.
That's 27 fill-ups.
That's a lot.
So 27 fill-ups, let's say the average car gets 275 miles per tank.
Okay.
I'm trying to be general here.
All right.
That's 76.38.
So 76.38. So that's 7,600 miles.
Yes. Yeah.
So just to put in the charger, and
do you think 10,000 a month, right?
Yeah, a year just to. That's interesting. I'm going to cancel my thing then.
But remember, if gas comes back down to $2,
right,
you've got to double that now.
Right. So thanks a lot, Joe Biden.
There's a lot of moving factors.
There is. And you see the information we get, and I just want you to know, yes, we are on Anchor, and we are giving out accurate information, not disinformation.
We're not getting out disinformation.
No, this is where you get the truth.
Differ, but we are giving real world information.
And we'd love to give you that real world information, and you can always find that real world information on our website at theagingimmaturely.com. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Aging Immaturely. If you have a product that you would like to discuss on air, please email us at agingimmaturely@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Aging Immaturely.